Governments that don't hold their subordinate administration accountable to the law and accountable to the responsibility to protect the students cause harm. It's pretty straightforward. If the board of school directors doesn't do their job and hold their administration accountable to the law, we have an issue. To me, this is a tell. Let's listen. We all know that every student in school gets their hearing tested. We all know that every student in school is required to get their eyes tested. Now, the question is, when is that done? How often is it done? And when does it become an issue? Does the student have to show failure first to identify this? Or can it be done as what we call a root cause analysis to make sure we eliminate that potential? That's what we're looking at. That's how we protect the students. Now, this discussion in the Academic Affairs Committee meeting was related to 10%, the identification that 10% of every classroom in the school has a remedial training rate, which means each class has on average 10% of their students going to a professional teacher in a professional classroom, and then at the end of that professional training requiring remedial attention. Why? This is one of the excuses that our superintendent makes. Now remember, like I said, under school law, it's required. Health services. Each child of school age shall be given hearing test, visual related test. These are requirements. On the visual side, the Lions Club was going to do it for free with some of the state-of-the-art equipment to provide it. And they could do the whole school, the entire district, in a couple days. It's so fast and easy and so precise that it actually finds things that other methods do not. But apparently, according to our superintendent, you listen to what he says, we're still having this problem. Let's take a listen.
But there's a whole bunch of other issues that run into this, that 10%. Again, auditory. Sometimes we don't have that knowledge. We don't know that the student is having an auditory processing skill. We don't know that the student is having a visual issue, that they need to be in front of the classroom to see the board. But as we keep asking those questions, why is this having an issue? Eventually we get to that answer.
You tell me when eventually takes place. This is wrong. This should be done at the beginning of the year. Kids grow. Prescriptions change for eyesight. It's a free service. It's easy to do. I don't understand why our board allows this superintendent to have this excuse as to one of the reasons why 10% of our students have a referral for remedial attention after going through a professional classroom teacher. Now, if our teacher doesn't have the supplies in their classroom, additional visual aids to make the explanation better, if they're not using multimedia that these kids are attentive to, if they're not taking the time to have that interaction without the paraprofessionals that they need in the classroom, that's the board's responsibility. And unless these staff administrators can start listening to the public and realize how the public sector is different from the private sector, but the private sector knows about 5 whys. Keep asking why. Have a root cause analysis. And you can do this. Why do we have 10% remedial? If some of those people are because of visual issues, let's get the school tested for eyesight like they're required to. If they're having audio issues, let's try to find out what's going on in that classroom. Is there echoes? Are the doors open? Do they not have soundproof glass? What's the problem? Is it the fact that the teacher doesn't speak loud enough and needs a microphone? Let's get them the microphone. We need to support the teachers. We don't need to support excuses as to why and assume that 10% is acceptable. Thank you.